What if you could generate accurate site feasibility data in minutes and turn it into a clear, compelling architectural concept within the hour? In this video, we'll show you how to use TestFit and Rayon Design together to move from AI-powered site planning and reliable project data to a polished design presentation that helps stakeholders quickly understand the vision and confidently buy into the project. Creating feasibility studies and compelling design presentations is one of the biggest challenges for real estate and design teams. In this workflow, we'll show you how TestFit and Rayon challenge those legacy tools with faster, more agile workflows and how they work together seamlessly to solve that problem. First, we'll use TestFit to quickly generate and optimize a buildable site plan with real-time AI and parametric inputs. Then we'll bring that site plan into Rayon, where we'll transform it into a clear, stylized architectural drawing, adding context, visual storytelling, and even AI-generated 3D axonometric views to bring the whole project to life for your stakeholders. If you'd like to try this workflow yourself, you can try TestFit and Rayon using the links in the description below. If you're ready, let's dive in. TestFit is a real estate feasibility platform that makes site planning easy. TestFit uses real-time AI to optimize for the best design solution for every site based on user parametric input. So first you tell the AI what you need on your site based on your site requirements like unit mix, setbacks, site circulation, parking ratios. TestFit generates the best buildable solution. As you make changes, our AI configurators update the design instantly, so you're not wasting time going back and forth on design revisions. You can adjust any parameters in the input panel and drag and edit the generated model right onto the canvas. With TestFit, you're getting a full picture of your real estate feasibility workflow across design, cost, constructability, all in real time. With that in mind, let's dive right in. First, let's look at site conditions. You can draw a site boundary, or if you're in the US or Canada, you can define by parcels. Next, TestFit will prompt you to choose a configurator. You can think of these configurators as development typologies that come with customizable presets. And those presets drive the detailed site plane. With our configurators, you can design anything from a 50/1 to a grocery store with surface parking to shipping and distribution centers. For this example, let's choose a wrap style apartment. Next, you can define the required setbacks both in plan and elevation. For special site constraints, you can visualize a number of data layers including FEMA flood zones, wetlands, and USA soils. You can also take a look at TestFit's built-in zoning data and automatically track zoning requirements for your site. TestFit will give you a pass-fail indicator in the tabulations panel. Additionally, you can view elevations both in 2D and 3D. As you make site changes, TestFit will provide automatic cut and fill calculations. And finally, you can use the easement tool to account for these environmental constraints so you can reduce risk right from the beginning. And once you get the site set up, you can start iterating. Each configurator has a set of parameters that control the development outcome. This multifamily site has controls for building structure, parking, and verticals. Let's adjust the unit depth, the number of levels, and the parking stall size. With the parameters defined, you can customize different unit types and adjust the target mix. To customize further, you can use spaces to add programs into your building like amenity space, employee area, daycare, and more. You can also move the core and manually drag the building itself. If you need to create a mixed-use site, you can add a space to accommodate for multiple configurators on the same site. Treat this space like its own module and you can customize anything you need. Now the site plan is getting close, but if you want to keep exploring different options, you can save each option with different design and financial modeling as a scheme. It's easy to compare each scheme with real-time insights like efficiency ratio, yield on cost, and more. If the end result meets your goals and you want to use it again for other deals, you can save your own presets and reuse it on other sites to get the same development outcome. Additionally, if you like to use goal-based constraints, you can use TestFit's generative design capabilities. With no filters applied, TestFit will give us thousands of options, but if we add a couple of filters, TestFit will only provide the buildable outcomes within the parameters defined. In the tabulation panel, TestFit is keeping track of all key outputs for your development. So you can get accurate quantity takeoffs with unit count, envelope area, parking stall count, and more. Parallel to the quantities, TestFit is also maintaining a financial model that is calculating core financial data like acquisition cost, net operating income, and yield on cost. You can access these settings in the Performer section in the nav tree to control things like construction costs, land costs, and rental revenue. In the web, you can edit your deal as well as analyze quantity takeoff, cost model, and build custom reports. We've created a fully optimized site plan in TestFit in just minutes instead of days. With the project feasibility validated, the next step is communicating the design. Let's bring this schematic site plan from TestFit into Rayon. There we can develop it further into a detailed architectural drawing, adding styling context and visual clarity, and start shaping the story around the project. This helps turn those early feasibilities into a compelling design that stakeholders and clients can easily understand and ultimately buy into. Rayon is the next-gen effortless CAD tool where you can go from concept to a fully fleshed out design in one place, whether you're in real estate, business development, architecture, or design. Okay, first we import the DXF file generated from TestFit directly into Rayon. This gives us our base geometry of the project at scale, so we can start developing the design further. To begin, we create the schematic plan. This simplified version of the drawing makes it easy to read the key information from the feasibility study, such as circulation, building layout, and overall site organisation. At this stage, clarity is the goal. We want stakeholders to quickly understand the structure of the project. Next, we transform the schematic into a stylized plan that communicates the design intent. Using Rayon's built-in styles, we can easily add materials such as pavement, grass, and landscape elements to bring the plan to life. We can also populate the drawing using Rayon's library of more than 10,000 CAD blocks, including cars, benches, people, trees, and many indoor and outdoor objects. This helps add scale, context, and activity to the project so that the design feels more realistic and engaging. Now, let's go a step further and show stakeholders how the project could actually function. For this shopping centre, I created 2 typical shop layouts along with sections. By adding people, clothing racks, cashiers, and other interior elements from the block library, we can illustrate how these spaces might operate in reality. This level of detail helps turn the basic feasibility model into something more tangible and convincing. To further communicate the concept, we can generate 3D axonometric views using Rayon's AI. All it takes is a screenshot of the drawing and a simple prompt describing the view you want, and Rayon generates the axonometric visualization automatically, saving hours compared to building the view manually. These views are especially useful in our early concept stages, when you want to clearly convey spatial relationships and your overall design ideas. Finally, we bring everything together by adding images and preparing a presentation directly inside Rayon. The presentation can be shared as a live URL that always stays up to date as the project evolves. Or your teams can collaborate in Rayon's cloud-based environment to review, comment, and iterate smoothly. As you can see, starting from a technical feasibility file, we've arrived at a fully fleshed out design concept with real visual impact for our stakeholders. Once the project is approved, you can jump right back in and continue developing it, creating construction drawings, placing FF&E, and generating takeoff schedules for execution. And there you have it. That's how you go from an AI-powered feasibility planning in TestFit to a compelling architectural concept in Rayon, all in a fraction of the time of your traditional workflows. With TestFit, you can rapidly explore development scenarios and optimize site layouts. And with Rayon, you can turn that technical output into a clear and visually engaging design that communicates your vision and wins stakeholder buy-in. If you'd like to try this workflow for yourself, you can check out TestFit and Rayon using the links in the description below. Give them a try and see how quickly you can move from site feasibility to a fully fleshed out design concept.